So in a recent blog post over on the CryEngine website, Crytek has confirmed some additional information and details in their real-time ray tracing demo known as Neon Noir. The Neon Noir demo was unveiled back in March and allowed real-time ray tracing to be rendered on most mainstream contemporary AMD and NVIDIA GPUs. According to Crytek, the creators of CryEngine, the Neon Noir demo can run on any modern GPU from AMD and NVIDIA. This was proved in an earlier demonstration where the Radeon RX Vega 56 graphics card from AMD was used to run real-time ray tracing effects. Back when we first saw the demo, there really wasn't any word on how modern GPUs would perform, but Crytek has finally shared some more information about the real-time ray tracing implementation in CryEngine. Crytek mentions that their implementation of real-time ray tracing in the Neon Noir demo is both API and hardware agnostic. With an AMD Radeon RX Vega 56 graphics card, they managed a stable 30 FPS at 1080p resolution. Crytek further reveals that reducing the resolution of the ray tracing reflections can deliver even better performance, allowing for 40 FPS in 1440p resolution using real-time ray tracing reflections at half resolution mode. This is pretty decent performance considering real-time ray tracing is a seriously taxing graphical feature, and we have already seen how it crushes down even the fastest of the Radeon RTX series graphics cards in a few games that offer it. However, there is more to the story. CryEngine creators further elaborated that while their technique allows efficient operation of real-time ray tracing on non-RTX hardware, there are huge benefits and performance that can be had from using dedicated hardware and modern APIs. It is clearly stated by Crytek that RTX graphics cards such as the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 20 series, which are Microsoft DXR compliant, can allow the same effects to run at higher resolutions with better frame rates. Crytek believes that with proper optimizations for RTX hardware, they can achieve a full scene ray tracing effects at 4K as opposed to half screen ray tracing on GTX 1080 or Radeon Vega 56. So NVIDIA opened their ray tracing support for their GeForce GTX cards through a driver earlier last month, which allowed users to run titles with ray tracing effects on non-RTX hardware. And this allowed users to not only compare the performance to RTX hardware, but also showed the benefits that dedicated hardware such as the RTX lineup bring to the PC gaming market. There are also a lot of benefits to gain from modern APIs such as DirectX 12 and Vulkan, which allow low-level access to modern PC hardware. Ray tracing implementation in games is still in its infancy stage, and what we have so far received can be considered in somewhat of an alpha stage of the full release, which will be coming later on as more powerful RTX hardware arrives and more APIs and optimizations come into place. At the same time, these optimizations would lead to better performance on existing hardware that does not have ray tracing hardware support, such as AMD Radeon RX and NVIDIA GeForce GTX cards would continue receiving performance upgrades. NVIDIA and game developers have already tuned RTX performance and quality in several of the RTX launch titles that we have seen since the game's release. That shows that more work is needed, but if mass adoption and real-time ray tracing kicks in, which seems to be the case with upcoming console generations expecting to feature ray tracing support, we can definitely see better performance on desktop PCs. So folks, what do you think? I know that a lot of people out there are pretty skeptical of the benefits of ray tracing in games and game development, but if it opens up and simply just works across a variety of hardware, is it really such a bad thing? So let us know down in the comment section below. Well guys, this has been Keith with WCCF Tech TV. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that we don't miss you in the next one.